Hey, how's it going, guys? Dalton here with another video on the YouTube channel, and in today's Red Dead Redemption 2 video, we're going to be finding this strange event that actually occurs in American Distillation in Chapter 3, where essentially Dutch, Arthur, and Bill are like temporary deputized citizens of the Scarlet Meadows County Sheriff Office, and they basically go on to blow up a Lemoyne distillery. And the Lemoyne Raiders are not too pleased about it. You end up going on an epic battle, shooting them and ruining the operation and taking them down. As this mission is really fun, and it actually has a secret outcome where if Arthur actually finishes blowing up the moonshine still, Dutch will actually ask him to race home. And in that mission, as racing with Dutch, if you end up actually losing it, you will notice that there's like this secret thing that heads on the train tracks, which we'll be diving into that in a minute. It automatically starts with Arthur actually heading out with Archibald and Dutch and Bill to actually investigate. And some of this is actually where you can find out that Archibald, the tiny hand man, that's actually in the swamp is actually related to Archibald. Take a listen to this.
Not the nicest fellas in my experience.
Go right at the crossroads.
Oh, and I know the Braithwaites are in business with them. No shame. Trash begets trash, my Uncle Reginald used to say. They're right again here. He had a few stories, let me tell you. Town preacher and town sheriff. Could drink a sailor under the table before breakfast. He had one tiny hand, like a child's, on the end of a grown man's arm. But anyway, this tells you what kind of people the Braithwaites are, selling moonshine to murderers. I tell folks don't even speak to him. Don't even look him in the eye.
I'm sure I wouldn't.
So as we found out, we now notice that Uncle Reginald of Archibald was actually the tiny hand man that had the tiny hand of a child's arm on a grown man's arm too. So that's pretty cool that we found out some more information. I'm sure a lot of you guys already knew that Archibald, the tiny hand man, was actually Archibald's uncle. But if you guys didn't, you learn everything new in the Red Dead Redemption 2 series every day. So yeah, he has a child hand on a grown man's arm, which we kind of found out how that happened. He also was a sailor. He drank a lot under breakfast. So that kind of gives you guys a good description on who that tiny hand man is in the swamp, as Archibald will actually explain that it is his uncle and he drinks a lot. So once again, as you guys arrive to the Lemoyne Raiders base of operations, after that you pretty much just knock them out, blow up the still. So long story short, you just knock them out, blow up the still, and then once you do that, you just kind of take care of all the Lemoyne the remaining of the Lemoyne Raiders that are around the area. Once you do that, you end up taking the moonshine, and this is where actually that random event actually occurs. Once you happen to take care of the Lemoyne Raiders, disarm them, and bring them to Dutch, this will actually occur, and then you have this option to race Dutch home, and this is where you can find this secret encounter that there's a handcart being operated by these two gentlemen, and you can actually follow this handcart, but this is kind of how it all starts, having this cutscene right here.
Well done. Well, forgive me, but me and my men must return to our lives. Seems like we failed to destroy the last of the moonshine.
Sure.
Would you like us to?
Well, I normally take it. For personal consumption, it's sort of part of the job. But I better get back home. Why don't I just take a jug or two and leave you boys the rest to show that there's no hard feelings on account of the war?
We are all Americans.
Of course. My cousin, Webster, he used to say some of us is not as American as others, if you know what I mean. Only I didn't quite. Come on, you degenerate, no-good, white trash, hillbilly piece of scum. I know you, Billy Lime.
Finally.
You've always been a piece of crap. Come on, move it.
We have a life
Move it!
on a land so stupid, a backwater so backwards that even we are like geniuses. Bill, get this stuff out of here. Come on, you ride with me.
Okay.
Should I stash this somewhere near camp, boss?
Yes, show it to Hosea. I'm sure he can find a use for it. Bit of trouble back there, Arthur?
Ain't there always?
From what they was yelling, I think they were the buyers.
Old Archibald didn't ask too many questions, so neither should we.
I ain't planning to.
That was worth the effort, though. Deputized and hiding in plain sight. These lawmen, these two families. I mean, I really think we can play this from all sides. It's got Hosea written all over it.
This is starting to sound like the Young Dutch again.
What do you mean, young Dutch? I'm as strong as I have ever been. Hey, you know what? Why don't I race you back?
Okay, you're on.
That's the spirit. Okay. On my word. Set, go!
Okay, so after that mission, once again, you have the option to say, yes, I want to race Dutch home. And once you actually do, this is where the cool encounter comes from. So I'm sure a lot of you guys know from the main missions why there's reasons why there's random things put in the game, like the train going by, actually honking its horn and, you know, using its engine. That is because Rockstar added in there to make this more of an epic race between Dutch and Arthur, because tend to, as you run around racing people on Red Dead Redemption 2, there's always a train that goes by to make it more dramatic and to make it look even more cooler. So that's pretty cool. I always love that scene where Rockstar Games intentionally put that train to go by at the time of Arthur and Dutch actually racing. Really fun mission. Probably one of the best moments to show you in Arthur and Dutch actually really have a father and son bonding, as Dutch says many times that Arthur is his son and he's always looking out for him. So really fun mission. But once you actually get closer to one of the other sides of the railroads, you will actually notice this hand cart actually run by two gentlemen on the track. So mainly you wouldn't see that if you were just constantly trying to race Dutch home. Now, this would ultimately have you fail the mission, and a little tip of these guys, they never stop. They'll take you all the way through the Grizzlies, all the way through the mountains, all the way past the Amberino snow area. They'll take you all over Roanoke Ridge, all over roads. It is crazy. These guys never stop because since this isn't a main mission, there's nothing getting them in their way. Like, there's no trains that spawn here since it's in a mission. Rockstar Games made this literally like a thing that just goes around the track, and they never stop. Now, I just thought it was pretty fun just to kind of follow them. I was going to see how far they go, but that would be a really long video if I ended up following them. In this video, I think that would be a tremendously long video, but I kind of wanted to see exactly where they go, and it looks like they really do never stop. They just continue everywhere, through the mountains, through Roanoke Ridge. If you could follow them all day, they would never stop. Now, for some reason, I thought this was a good idea to kind of go in front of them to see what they would ultimately do. So once again, I thought this was probably not the smartest idea. I don't know why I decided to do this. What happens if I just stop my horse right in front of them? Do they stop? The answer is no. They literally tromp over you, and then it caused their wagon to break, and they just kind of didn't know what to do after that. They kind of just stood there doing like absolutely nothing. So getting in the way actually causes their handcart to break, and then all of a sudden Rockstar Games didn't program to do anything else. So I said, okay, what can I do here? Well, why don't we just try shooting around them? It looks like they don't get scared. So I was like, okay, well, let's see, what else can I do? And it looks like I actually shot one of them and blew up their cart with TNT. That's like honestly the thing I could probably think of that would most likely work in this instance, since Rockstar Games doesn't have any other trains coming by since it's in the main mission. So I was like, all right, let's just shoot this guy and see exactly what happens. Will his other guy run away? The answer is no. One just stays there. He does not know what to do. Once you shoot his friend, he just sits there acting like a normal NPC, which I thought was kind of interesting. And I wanted to see what happens if I get off my horse, but instead I accidentally hit the X button on my controller, and I ended up actually running him over with my horse. So I said, all right, let's just finish this guy. I ended up shooting around him. Nothing really occurred, so I was like, all right, well, I guess this is my experiment. He's useless. I decided to see if I could break the handcart. And the thing is, once you fall off your horse, you are stuck on there. Like, this mission has you stuck on your horse. You cannot leave your horse unless you accidentally fall off of it. That's the only way. So I was like, all right, well, this is not going as exactly as I planned. So the whole handcart just broke, and I felt like, you know, there was really nothing left to do but throw dynamite on it and watch the rest of it blow to high hell. So I thought maybe I could try this, and it actually worked. I actually was able to rope this guy that was running the handcart, and I was dragging him all over, and I guess I accidentally killed him, so that kind of didn't work. But you guys can just about see, did you guys notice this secret encounter of these hand carts actually in this mission, American Distillation? You guys can let me know in the comments down below. But I was just having fun dragging this guy all over the place until he eventually died. So then I was like, all right, well, I'm out of fun. So then I decided just to light TNT and blow up the hand cart, and it actually does explode even bigger than I thought. So this was actually an interesting experiment. I was like, all right, well, that definitely worked. What else can I do to lighten the load a little? And I actually threw TNT on the handcart, and it actually tipped the whole thing over and blew up the gentleman, blew up the rest of it. And that was kind of the end of our gentleman and the handcart. That was pretty much all there was to. After you guys decide to blow up the handcart or even, you know, destroy or kill the rest of the main guys running the handcart, that's pretty much all you can actually do. Now, it's actually really fun to actually throw TNT and just watch this thing explode 1,000 times. I thought that was really cool, but nonetheless, it was a really cool experiment. So pretty much after that, you guys assume probably what's next. Well, after that, you actually do fail the mission with Dutch since you let him win because you were focused more on the handcart if you tried this idea. Well, this is actually what happens when Arthur's actually the one who lost the race. Take a listen to this.
Oh, I am sorry, son.
Well, spare the gloating, Dutch.
Oh, I'm not a gloater. Why would I laugh at the fact that you haven't learned, after all these years, to ride a horse very well? That is a source of great sorrow to me.
Very funny.
I had fun with you today. Be well. Here? Well, I was gonna say you're like a son to me. But you're more than that.
But anyway, guys, that is what happens when you actually follow the handcart instead of racing Dutch in Red Dead Redemption 2. I thought it was a pretty fun mission, especially because, once again, those handcart people never stop, and they'll run right over you, and if you break their cart, it was a pretty cool, interesting outcome. So let me know what you guys think of that experiment, and try it for yourself, and see if you get any other different encounters, and if there's any more other Red Dead Redemption 2 videos you guys would like me to explore, don't forget to let me know in the comments down below. But if you did enjoy videos like this on the channel, don't forget to like and subscribe for more daily awesome videos such as Red Dead Redemption 2 videos, all the upcoming GTA 6 and Rockstar Games videos that I'll be doing on my channel. Subscribe for more of those. Stay happy, healthy, and well, and I'll see you guys all later on the next video.